thank you for taking the time to be here.
Hey, my pleasure, man.
Welcome to the show. I mean, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah. No, not just. We're rolling.
Oh, no, we're already.
We've been rolling. So, okay, so we've been rehearsing. This is more like a.
Yeah, exactly.
De questions, c'est pas comme ça, mais là, mon micro est correct.
Yeah.
Quand je parle comme ça va.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So.
We've known each other for a while, and like I mentioned, I never had the time to ask you these questions because, you know, when you're out behind the decks or something, like I don't want to be a guy like, hey Pat, so how did you start DJing?
Yeah, true that, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really curious about that just because, like, you know, you've been a prominent figure in the Montreal nightlife scene, like for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So take us back, like what initially got you into this, and when did you realize that this is not just like
a
hobby or whatever? Yeah. Like I'm actually going to make this a career and make it my mission.
Yeah, exactly. I've been reminiscing about that a few years ago where I realized that before even being a DJ, I think I always had that DJ thing in me. Because let's say I would be 9-10 years old and we'd be with a bunch of friends. We'd just hang out, let's say, at someone's backyard or just in front of the street. And I was always the one who would make sure that the music, whatever music, I was the one who's choosing the music. I was always the one responsible for the vibe of the place. Even if it wasn't the main focus was the music. We were just sometimes just, I don't know, talking. But I was just making sure that like the music, whatever background, I was the one choosing. Let's say we're going to even go on a car ride with my friends. Well, I would have like my little book of the CDs because I wanted to make sure that the music was the right vibe. And then when I reflected about that like a few years ago, and I realized, man, I think I've always, in a sense, been a DJ because I think the essence of a DJ is he's the one who's creating the vibe. He or she's the one creating the vibe. So it's something I had in me since I was maybe 8, 9, 10 years old. And at some point, I wasn't necessarily planning to have a DJ career because it's not DJing. It's not something you plan. It's not something that you just say, hey, I'm going to be a DJ. Because back then, there were not many DJs that actually had a long, extensive
it was not a viable career option.
Exactly. Some of them, the oldest one were just maybe in their 30s. So there was no retired DJ that you could follow a path and say, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, a reference of like, hey, he did this and he's retired now. Exactly. I want to do the same thing.
Exactly. So it's like you don't plan that kind of career. It's just something that calls you. Honestly, the DJing crap is something that calls me. So in my head, I think I always was a DJ. And I think at some point I realized maybe in my late, like around 19, 20 years old, that I could see myself doing that. But
did you get into, let's say like, if we put a label to it, like you got your first gig, let's say, did you get into that like by asking people to do it, or it just happened by serendipity and like by the nature of who you knew and they needed that and they knew that you were the sound guy?
Well, it was because like there was a friend of mine who he was an MC, like he was rapping, and people know in my neighborhood, I was the DJ of the neighborhood. I was the guy who actually was buying records. So at one point, he organized basketball tournaments.
Okay.
You know, just to gather people and they needed some entertainment. And I happened to have like a pair of turntables, a mixer, and playing, music in the background. And at some point, that was pretty much my first public appearance. And at some point, that's when you get you caught the fever, because you're playing one song after another. And if people are enjoying it, you see people bobbing their head. You're like, okay, I think I'm going somewhere. I think this is fun. And then after that, you're doing another gig, let's say a basement party at someone's place. And then you're the one who has the most music and you end up playing. And then you started to like perfect your mix and you're realizing that, hey, the storyline is actually good. My transitions are good, and you're more and more at some point, like you just try to look for opportunities where you can play. It could be any type of event. It could be just a simple party. It could be I think
in that time, like sorry, I'm cutting you off, but like, I'm super curious about this. Like in that time, I also grew up in an era where like it was kind of pre-internet.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 10 or 11 or whatever.
Yeah.
And even like that, the internet that I had was like dial-up internet.
Yeah.
There was no YouTube back then.
No, there was no YouTube. No.
There was no Spotify, all that stuff. So there was a lot less reference to get as a DJ. Because now you can listen to a live set and you're like, hey, I love the transition that they made from this song to that song. But back then you were kind of just like freestyling it, right?
Freestyling. And also like, it took me a while that even the DJ that I admired to put a face on their name, because a lot of them on their record sleeve, there was no pictures or nothing. So there's a lot of magic or mystery behind.
That's true.
Because it's like you only hear the sound. So it's all about music. So no matter who produced it, I would memorize who produced it. Let's say a guy like Louis Vega or Todd Terry, you'd be like, okay, that's his sound. But you don't even know how he looks like. So you were totally absorbed by what you were hearing with your ears. And that was your reference. But at the same time, you have to shape your own reference.
Right.
You have to go at the record store and dig and dig and dig until you find some gems. But like, it takes a lot of time to listen to music. And you're, without even realizing, shaping your reference point and you know, by following a couple of DJ producer that with sounds you like that was similar. And then next thing you know, like, okay, I like, let's say deep house, or somebody would say, oh, I like techno. And then without necessarily having clear references, that was the beauty of it when you look at it. You know?
But it's a good point that you bring up. Like I never, until this moment, I never thought about this, because there's so many DJs that I listened to at the time that most of their cover albums were not pictures of them
at all. Some of them I thought they were black and they happened to be like Filipino or you know, or Puerto Rican. You know, it's just like, for example, you know, you can't even. But it's all about, it's your imaginary that was working. It was doing the magic.
Yeah.
And then you sort of were totally engulfed into a universe of music, and that's how you just not really knowing where you're going, but it's a feeling. It's just the feeling will get you, will conduct you, will lead the way to really find your path.
But I'm gonna take us like from X to Y, like moving us like from different topics. Like I know I sent you like a list of questions that we would go through, but like I kind of want to go organically here. You've played like a lot of festivals. You've played for some big brands like W Hotel, Four Seasons, Essence. What is different about like all these different venues that you play at, and how do you prepare for them? Like obviously you prepare differently for a set at Four Seasons versus for a set at a festival.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm just curious about the process of that.
Well, first of all, when there's like companies and brands, it's totally different because it's more curated for like a specific demands that they have. So you'll need a bit more preparation because it's more cookie cutter kind of approach. So there's not much leeway a DJ can
for creativity. Like you have to follow, like they want you in that.
Exactly. Yeah. But as for a set for either a nightclub or a festival, I might surprise a lot of people, but I've never prepared my set.
No, nice.
I've never prepared.
That's awesome.
I'm very organized though. Because my USB keys, or either when I had CDs back then, like my folders are very well organized. I know where my music is, but I don't prepare a set. I don't know when I'm going to play. Sometime 3-4 minutes before the end of that song, I don't know what I'm going to play next, because it's really reading the room, reading the crowd. And sometimes I might have an idea, let's say 2-3 tracks ahead where I'm going to go. But at the same time, it could change just because, let's say you saw a group on the floor that really wasn't feeling what you were playing, or you think that you might have to transition to another vibe. So whatever you had prepared to play the next 2-3 songs might not be it. And then, that's why I think the best way personally, and I think some great DJs like Carl Cox said that in an interview, that they don't prepare their set. They sometimes you have to let the magic happen.
I guess you have a general direction of where you want to take it.
Yes.
But like you're very adaptable.
Exactly.
Like,
but as planning a set, no, there's no playlist in advance. I have no idea.
I guess that's the thrill of it too.
Yeah, it's the thrill. I mean, some of my friends we used to not like, I would give a lot of people panic attacks because sometimes I would play a song and there'd be maybe 45, 30 seconds before the song ends. And I still don't even know what I'm going to play. And I'm keep on scrolling. And next thing you know, sometimes it's just, and that's the magic. That's the beauty of it. It's like sometimes you have a flash because the feel.
Yeah.
The inspiration like came there. And then thank God technology make that you can loop a beat and then you can still make a good transition. And then magic happens because the beauty was not to prepare your set. And next thing you know, something magic created on the dance floor. And people wouldn't even know that I didn't know what I was going to play, but it just happened.
Well, I mean, that's the hours that you put in.
Yeah,
so that's how it makes it seem seamless.
Yeah, it's a muscle that I've over the year that I flex. So that's why these things I'm able to stay calm and stay grounded even when there's critical time. But because I'm just nuts like that. I'm just nuts.
I can vouch for that. He's crazy.
I'm just nuts like that.
Let's say like taking us from, we had the origin story, you had your first gig and all that stuff. Like, when was the first moment where you started to personally make a decision to go out and like book gigs?
I think it happened when there was I grew up in the South Shore of Montreal, and there was a club that was open. And I think on the day they were not open, it probably was a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I just went there at $2 of record. I just decided to play a set just for the fun. I wasn't even recording myself. I just played a set. And it just, at this time, I think by playing song after song and I realized that I had a flow, I realized, okay, I felt like, I'm ready. Even if there was no one in the flow. It's just that like, it was just practicing for myself. But I think my choice selection, the way I would imagine how a dance floor would react, I just kind of like took a guess that like, I think that
they would like it.
Yeah. Because really you have to be confident in yourself. You have to be, you have to confidence on your music knowledge. And because also I like dancing.
Yeah.
So it's like me, I play in the way where I would like to dance on the stuff that I play.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps. So it was easy for me to put myself on a dance floor and imagine the crowd. Oh, I think they would react that way. Oh, and then you build your confidence with that.
It's an interesting topic that you kind of have to feel it yourself before like the crowd feels it. Yeah. I feel like every type of art that's especially that's front facing, where it's visual and they see you.
Yep.
Whether it's DJing or acting or any type of like musical performance, the moment that you get in it, like it brings the whole crowd with you.
Yeah. I mean, and without bragging or anything, I think it became one of my strengths to get people the vibe, because I like vibing myself. I like vibing to my own music that I play. So I think people, when they see that, if it gives them an even a better reason to get into it, because I'm like, hey, if this guy is actually feeling what he's doing, I'll be stupid to not, get into
this
it. So
guy's moving,
So I mean, I groove to my own music, so it's contagious.
It's so interesting because, like, at the end of the day, it's kind of like a form of hypnotism.
Pretty much, I would say, yeah.
Because you're kind of hypnotizing yourself to move.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like, people see you, they have that cue, and they're just like, oh my God, like, I want to feel the way he feels.
Yeah, but because also it's because I'm not doing it for the crowd. I'm not doing it in order to get a result from that. I'm just grooving to my own thing. I'm in my own world. But I think I found a way to transfer that energy to the people by being myself in my own feel, in my own groove. Mm-hmm. That now it was a natural thing for them to get into, because I don't know, it's like they see me vibing, so hey.
Yeah,
there's something that
do you want to join the vibe or?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. And sometimes I don't even look at them, and they just gonna vibe.
Yeah.
That's it.
But take us through the because a lot of times we see you as like a DJ that plays like all these like popular and up and coming venues in Montreal. Talk to us about like the business side of that.
Yeah. Because
we just see you as like somebody that got booked and you're playing behind decks and all that stuff. But there's so much more that goes into that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How do you think about that?
Oh well, yeah. You need to be business savvy also if you want to succeed as a DJ nowadays. You can't be just a DJ. You need to be also your own promoter, your own accountant, your own marketing strategist. You need to me and I tell a lot of DJs go out, go outside, go see other people, go to other venues, go shake hands, go mingle with DJs, go talk to people, and that's part of your PR job, and that's how you get gigs as well. And when I'm at home, I listen to a lot of music. I mean, that's pretty much I would say 70% of my work is listening. Always like watch out for what's coming next, and like I don't know, listen to even on my social media also, just scrolling and see which DJ at this time at this country played, did it work? You see the reaction of the crowd, and you're like, oh, okay, and kind of like shaping your.
Do you have like a system for that? Like, because there's so much content and data being put out daily now, like in terms of like YouTube, Instagram, songs on SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Like, how do you choose which one to like tune into?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's all about like the knowledge of the artists who produce what, so that and you follow them. So then at some point, the way it's organized, they will suggest you new content by these people that you choose to follow. So you have to really choose to follow a lot of your favorite artists.
That's your foundation, and then afterwards you get recommendations.
Yeah, because the algorithm will guide you. Right. But then after that, there's always a part of me, because the record digging person in me will always go and see other things that
get some deep cuts.
The bootleg. I'm from the bootleg generation where you would have like a vinyl and you wouldn't even know who made it. All you know is the song was dope, and you have to find it. And so you go to these little site that peer-to-peer people will tell you where to go. And that's pretty much.
I think I was actually talking about this with Nico, our common friend, Nico De Andrea, on the podcast, where like I still remember in the days of CDs, where a lot of times on the CD there was a secret track at the end.
Bonus track. Cool. It was bonus track.
Like you just let the CD roll, and then eventually like it goes into a track, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
That was the magic. I wish I could go back sometime.
But in terms of a sound system, or like the way you consume that music, do you just like you put on AirPods, or do you what's your ritual like for that? Like
my ritual? Oh, I have like a good set of speaker at my house, because I've been used to it, because my dad back in the days used to be like the very high tech hi-fi
awesome. My dad speaker. As well.
Yeah, he had like a listening room where his couch was placed measure with the distance of the speakers and all isolated. So I got accustomed to.
He was using specific needles for the vinyls.
Exactly. So I was already accustomed to quality of sound. So I think that pretty much shaped my way of listening and finding new music, and picking a song from others that I would judge that even if it would be good, but if the sound quality is not that great, I would kind of skip it, because my ear is...
you can pick up on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's crazy now how there's so much of these songs that are going through like post-processing, but like many levels of post-processing where you're like, it's getting murky.
It's very murky. But the thing is, you can see the effect on the dance floor.
Yeah, they just need a good bass line. And
yeah, exactly. So sometimes the sound is really important.
Yeah.
It's a rather underrated element for a great successful song.
You like, with the amount of time that you've been in the industry and everything, you've gone through like different eras of music, right? Like you've went through Napster, bunch of things. Streaming. Yeah, you went through Kazaa,
Yeah, Kazaa, LimeWire and all this stuff, yeah.
ISO Hunt.
Yeah, oh my God, wow.
And then the file that you downloaded, like sometimes wasn't even the right song, or it was
corrupted.
With
a super weird ass noise. It's horrible.
You're like, is this filled with viruses?
Yeah, exactly. It was so.
Or you got a good version, but like the person that uploaded it, like they put their name in it like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's and you can't play it anywhere else. So, yeah.
But yeah, going through all of that, What was the biggest adaptation that you had to make as a DJ?
I mean, to me, what changed the most in music landscape is how consumers their approach, how they listen to music. It's not the same thing. Also, yeah, we talked about it earlier. Like it's the playlist generation. So people have their own taste, their own music, their own list. That like when you approach a club, you can't just follow like, okay, there's like a set where I'm used to play. This is the top 20, top 30 song that I know is going to work. No, because sometimes you look at the crowd and like those people, they have their playlist where like it might not be not even 10% of what you're expected to play. And you have to adapt because you're like, okay, I have to watch what are those people listening. Now you have to almost, your crowd is your reference. I mean, yes, I have knowledge, but I also need to like,
you have to relate to them.
I have to relate to them and I have to understand why are they relate so much to those songs and those songs, even if sometimes it might necessarily be at first from my taste, but my brain needs to be trained to really open mind, how can I say, open my ears and to understand why those songs are making those people move so much. And if I can adapt it to my sound, great. If it's something that's not for me, it's not for me, you know?
Right.
But if it's something where there's some elements that I kind of like, then it's up to me to just find a way, you know, because these are the people that you have in front of you and you have to adapt. So I think the thing that the most adaptive thing I have to do is really to like understand that the crowd, they have their own playlist and they have also a short attention span. So you have to also like the long rides of 8-9 minutes of a deep house track that don't work as much. Sometimes you have to find a way to shorten them or to just, but still keep the story intact when you tell it. So yeah.
I really love what you're saying because like it ties it back so much to my own field. Like I'm in marketing and at the end of the day, like marketing, what is it? Is to be able to like show your product to an audience and eventually sell it. But the first step to actually getting the audience's attention is to relate to them.
Yeah, you have to.
And I feel like music is the same way. Like I won't listen to your set. Like I will listen to it in the background. But when you get me hooked, that's when you control me.
But
in a sense.
That's to me, I mean, that's the essence of a DJ. To me, the way, if I can maybe answer the question you had previously, I think how I approach a gig is that when I enter a gig, people start coming in. My goal is to find a way the first hour to see to regroup the most people at the same time under a groove. And once you lock a good majority of the people on the dance floor, now you earn their trust, you know,
right.
Like, so then now you could kind of go where you want to go, but also you also made the work to make sure that they relate to what I was doing. So then they're not lost. And then after that, you can throw in some stuff they might not know, but at least like you earn their trust by also playing track that they recognize.
Yeah, you speak their language.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, once they trust you, once they locked in, they will follow you.
Tying it back to that, how important is it as a DJ to also be kind of, I wouldn't use the word promoter because, you know, like promoter has like some connotations to it and all that stuff, but being a connector of people. Because when I see you like outside, that's what I noticed like the most about you is like, you know, everyone, like you say hi to everyone, everybody comes to say hi to comes over and says hi. Like, did you deliberately do that and develop that?
Well, I've always been a social person. I like being surrounded by an atmosphere of a vibe, a party. Although I have my moments where I'm very quiet at my house, but like when it's times to socialize, I have no problem going to see people that I don't know and smile, or I just like if they're vibing to the same music, you know, connect with them. And I think it became something very important to the time I realized that like a DJ just pressing play and it's not enough. I mean, if you want to go to a higher level, you need to connect with the crowd. And I think the greats right now are the ones that are able to connect with their crowd. I think it became a very underrated skills that now people are catching on to it. And now you're kind of becoming a promoter, but I think more now you say a connector. I think I would say
yeah,
more,
like a connector.
Yeah,
You're someone that, because people usually go to places where they feel at home.
Yeah.
And if you can make them feel at home, then
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a very important task for a DJ.
do you produce?
Yeah, I start doing production lately, like for the past year. I'm doing mostly remixes of stuff that I like, songs that are already, I guess, known or popular, but I kind of want to remix it into my style.
Yeah.
And I made a couple of original tracks that I haven't put out yet. Some of them need to be perfected. But that's right now, that's my focus. I also love DJing. I mean, the DJ will never leave me. So doing gigs, I still love it since day one. But also adding on to my craft, I want to also put music out. So at some point, I want to get people. I want to have people to come and hear me out on the stuff that I've done. You know, not just to play a whole set of my production, but just I would like to be known also for, now that I play everybody else's music, I want people to know, like, with all the knowledge I acquired through the years, I want, this is my vibe. This is what I created. So yeah, I'd like to do that.
Did you you have residencies right in Montreal?
Yeah.
Like right now you have 3 residencies per week, but usually you have 4, like all that stuff. Do you do like a lot of corporate gigs too, or?
Not so much. Through the years, I haven't really done a lot of corporate gigs. Also, it's because I think it's not as fulfilling for the artist side of me, you know, because it's very, like I said, cookie cutter, and
like even weddings, like they want this to be played.
Yeah, I'll do a couple weddings from people that already had an idea of like my vibe, what I play in nightclubs, and they want to recreate that vibe. Yeah, no problem. But I wouldn't advertise myself as a wedding DJ and having random people just ask me to do their wedding and not even knowing what they want or not even knowing who they are. So I've been more focusing on gigs that are actually fulfill me musically, and I could play stuff that I want. So
what's something that because you've played in many different cities all over the world, what's something that you find special about Montreal in particular?
Montreal they're very festive. And it's a very organic, natural I guess behavior, being festive. Because you have some country, they'll party, but some of them, you know, they don't socialize the same on a dance floor. They don't vibe. Montreal is a very
people in terms of reservedness. Like I feel like people are not that reserved here.
No, here no.
Like they're pretty open.
Yeah, they're pretty open, and it makes it very unique. Because a lot of DJs from outside of the city, they love playing here because it's not necessarily like we have always the best club, always the best sound system, but just like the vibe is there. And you can find the vibe from Monday to Sunday. There's always a place where actually there's something happening. So, and if you go in other cities, they don't have that. So yeah, Montreal is very unique. Also because we're very multicultural. Plus also we're much more progressive as a society in terms of openness. You know, whether it's LGBTQ or like etc. So like I think people, they more I wouldn't say tolerant, it's not the right word, but more, the difference doesn't make it, once you go party, it doesn't make so much of a difference. Yeah,
it's actually a bonus. It's a plus for people. Yeah.
It makes it very unique.
Were you born here?
If I'm born here? I'm born in Canada. My parents are Haitian, but yeah, I'm born in Canada.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you because you mentioned that your dad, like, he was an audiophile and all that stuff, like did you grow up with this particular kind of music that he was listening to? Or?
Well, he had a huge collection of vinyl that were, some of them were disco, funk. He had also rock. He had like a Genesis, Pink Floyd.
Oh my God.
You know, he had also Haitian music, Caribbean, also Latin music. Fania All-Star, Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon. Rest in peace. I think he just passed away a couple of days ago. And I mean, I was surrounded by all kinds of music. And then after that came rap, that me and my brother would go and find vinyl. Did
you get some, not necessarily some outlash, but like some shit from your dad, like listening to rap? Because I remember like in my time when my parents were like, "What do you listen to?"
Yeah, he was mandatory because he wouldn't understand English properly, but when he would hear a couple swear here and there, he would it was very.
And then you had the parental advisory.
Yeah, but that I don't think he knew what it was. It's just really like it's more the aggression, the level of aggression in the music that was like a bit like violent, you know. But
it's crazy how that genre has. It's made its way to where it's at right now.
Yeah, really. We didn't expect this when it happened because in Montreal, the Haitian and the English Caribbean people are the one who brought the hip hop in Montreal because we had families in New York, Boston, and we were recording tapes, cassettes of radio shows, and that's how like the hip hop movement became popular over here. That at least got known because we were the one like bringing back the music, and then it became what it became.
Well, at the time, like Eric B, Rakim,
Eric B and Rakim, LL Cool J, Run DMC, all these things.
KRS-One,
yeah, all of them, all the New York rappers. Yeah.
Is there a specific record that you still go back to in terms of rap music?
Eric B and Rakim. That's a huge one. I'm a huge Tribe Called Quest fan.
Yeah.
So I have all of them CDs. Some of them I have on vinyl. And there's producers that, to me, since I'm a music guy, I always was interested in who produced the music. So whether it's house, whether it's hip hop or reggae, I was always interested in who did the music.
What are some top producers, regardless of genre?
Oh, okay. Well, first, Quincy Jones, because I'm a Michael Jackson fan.
Of course.
Quincy Jones. Then I have Teddy Riley. I think Teddy Riley changed my life with the New Jack Swing. Also, Q-Tip. He was the mastermind behind Tribe Called Quest. Jay Dilla, like he's a music god. Timbaland, Pharrell, Kanye. Yeah. Like, these are people that shape my sonic palette.
Yeah.
And house music, well, you have guys like Louis Vega, David Morales, Todd Terry. These are all New York house producers. You have people like Danny Tenaglia. That really opened my how can I say
your visual field, like to what's possible, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because some of them, they were able to mix Latin with house, Brazilian, African. Even some of them would mix jazz, even Celtic music. And they were experimenting all kinds of stuff, and it really like opened my ears, like to being a different genre. And I think it translated into how I play, because like I play like I don't play just one style of music. I can't.
How would you define your genre?
Myself, yeah. I mean, it's funny because I came with anyone who's back then one of my favorite band was a band. Well, R&B band was Belle Biv DeVoe, formerly from New Edition, and they had an interesting catching phrase to describe their sound. And it used to say, "Our music is mentally hip hop, smoothed out on the R&B tip with a pop feel to it." But then I adapted. I said my music is mentally deep house, Afro, Techno, sometimes R&B with a hip hop feel to it. And it just stuck to my mind. I felt like it was a pretty much accurate way to describe my sound, because my sound have various different influences.
Yeah, like, because depending on the night that I'm coming to see you, it can shift dramatically. Yeah.
I mean, it might seem strange to some people, because maybe some people, they just stick to one style and they think that, oh, you changed. But my universe has always been with all kinds of music, whether it's Caribbean, Latin, funk, disco, American, and then African. I've always been in that universe. So for me, when I became a DJ, it was just natural to me to blend them in,
Yeah, and I think like regarding that, depending on the context of the venue that you're playing, it makes a lot of sense, because let's say you're playing for a festival, and people are coming to see you because they booked a ticket to the festival to come see you. Yeah. You're probably going to be way more constant with your sound in festivals versus like a local venue in Montreal, because you can allow yourself to kind of just experiment and have fun,
Yeah, no, for sure. Because on the festival, if I'm booked to open or a time slot before an artist that is known to play a certain genre of music, well, for sure, my set will probably be more
adaptive to that,
and precise, more concise also, because like the time length is not the same. It might have probably like an hour and a half set. So I'm gonna be pretty much concise. But when it comes to nightclub, anything goes. If I feel like playing some 80s reference music, then I'll play it. And then the next week, it might not be the same thing. I might play some 90s inspired house music. And then the week after, if I feel like playing some more tribal stuff that inspired me, and I'll just play it. I'll just do it.
Basically, music is always evolving. Every industry is always evolving. There's a whole new generation of young DJs coming up in Montreal right now. If you could sit with one of them and give them a real talk, the stuff nobody told you, what would you say?
I would say that that talent won't necessarily always come first. Sometimes there are DJs that will be booked not because they're super talented. Sometimes because they bring another value. Sometimes it could just be because they're more presentable. Sometimes because they
bring a vibe. They bring a crowd,
vibe, and they might not be the most technical, the most perfect DJs, but just because they bring a value other than talent. Also, I would tell them to not being too outcome dependent, because it's something I observe over the years that a lot of DJs, that younger generation, because they grew up in the YouTube generation where you have their hero, their DJ heroes playing in front of a crowd and having people having their hands in the air, and they it's like they want to have that feeling, they want to have that reward,
that end goal,
and the way they approach the DJ craft is like they're not doing the necessary step
to build the
foundation in order to really master their craft. And what they do, they just want to take shortcuts in order to, I want to be like that DJ that been on that stage, having that kind of reaction. And I feel like because of that, they're not putting in the work necessary to make sure that once they get on that stage, they're actually ready. They're actually like better than some. Because if you just download, let's say, the top 50 track of the moment, well, a lot of people have those same tracks, but what's going to make you stand out if you don't even know how to tell a story, if you don't have your own personal input of? So that's why, like, if your goal was only to say, well, I want to become the next this guy because I see the people like, having in front of him or her, like, if it's mainly your outcome, you'll be discouraged very fast. You won't enjoy the process at all, because the minute you're gonna have an obstacle, you're gonna want to shoot yourself, because like the outcome won't come the way you want. Sometimes it's not even your fault. Sometimes it's very unfortunate.
Then it's gonna hurt your ego, and you're gonna be like, well, maybe I'm not that good or whatever.
Exactly.
Like,
as opposed to, I think deep down, it all comes down to, you have to be a music lover. You have to really love music. And also it all comes down to why you do it. I think the why you do it, it's one of the most underrated component of how an artist would follow a career path. Because like, if your purpose or if your motivation is not at the right place, people are going to feel it, even on the dance floor or whatever feel. People will feel that it's not authentic. People are going to feel that you're not doing it because you actually love what you're doing. It's more because you it's the outcome that comes with it.
I think the differentiating sauce or differentiating mojo, whatever you want to call it, is how good you feel in the moment. Because that's the differentiating factor that I've seen whenever I go to venues and I see you play versus another DJ play or whatever. Like, what makes me lock in is the fact that you're enjoying yourself. And you're not just like a paid actor to be there.
Exactly. No, you can tell that some people, they're there because they just want to be surrounded by the party life. Or some of them, for guys, they want to get girls around them. Some of them, they just want to get, I don't know, free alcohol or free something, and just things that are, I guess, make them feel good in the moment, but they lack a bit of that sort of passion to exude in order for the crowd to connect with them. They don't have it.
I think the best way I could put it is that would you be doing that in your basement by yourself?
Yeah,
exactly. And having that much fun.
Exactly. And I think one of the reason why I still doing it after over 20 years, because I never let the 11-year-old kid in me die. My approach to a gig is that I'm still the 11-year-old guy who's just happy to play music. And I just became I perfected my craft where now I want to showcase to the world like what I want to do. But always with that mindset of like that kid that just wants to showcase what he has learned, and now I get paid to do it. I make a good living out of it. And I'm so grateful. And because like I never let that sort of kid in me, die inside.
Were you like a kid, generally speaking, like were you more on the shy side or more like extroverted? Because DJing is like interesting.
Yeah,
It's like you're the spotlight of the party, but you can also be super introverted.
Yeah. Well, me, I think if I could describe myself, like I was a music nerd that ended up being cool by doing what he loves and presenting cool music that some people didn't have access. And that made me somewhat cool and worth checking out, worth going and dance to his music, I think. But also I'm a person who always always been the entertainer side. I mean, when I was young, I thought, I would be like a guy like Bobby Brown or Usher, or, if I wasn't a DJ, I would either sing or dance, or I would just be in the entertainment. So that entertainment side of me, I guess, complemented my DJ where I was able to put on a show. But the show is not I'm putting on a show on purpose because, I want people to look at me. I'm just really in my own world. And it just happened that people are just welcome into it by showing by exuding my passion.
Yeah, you'd be doing that no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for you, it's fun. Yeah, and you get energy from it. Exactly.
And it's really a transferred energy. I mean, I absorb people's energy and I give back. It's always an exchange. You have to love people at some point. You have to, so many things when you DJ, you have to almost be a psychologist. You have to understand, read people. You have to understand why those people are here. Why that group of girls dancing to that kind of beat and the other one try to figure out. So then when you build your craft for that night, you have to lock in the most people possible. That's what I was saying before. It's like you have to identify and also read and taking chances also, because it's not an exact science. It's just, but by repetition, you kind of know already. You can, sometimes you can just by ethnicity, age group, swag, what kind of music they would like. I have an idea where I can almost guess what vibe they're into. So by repetition, you kind of know, even if I don't plan my set ahead, I have an idea of like where the night would go based on who I have in front of me. Mm-hmm. That's a skill that I acquire over the years, obviously.
But isn't that wild when you think about it? Because like the human brain, it stores so much data of like past experiences, current experiences and all that stuff. And it just makes a map where you automatically behave in a certain way because you saw that person wearing that and moving that specific way. And all that happens subconsciously.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, because we imitate. I mean, that's the concept of socialization.
Yeah.
If people are living together, it's because they adopt behaviors that they somewhat judge as acceptable in order to feel accepted, because it's part of our need, psychological need. We want to be accepted. We want to belong. So because we want to belong, well, then we sort of look around us and how people behave and say, well,
how is that dude or that girl like behaving?
Yeah.
How is that dude or that girl behaving?
Yeah. And me as a DJ, I have to be aware of these things. I mean, that's part of, I think the great DJs are the one who can read the crowd. I mean, the technical aspect nowadays with technology, like it's becoming very easy. You press the play, and at some point, you have
your transition. You can make it on your CDJ.
You have gears that actually adjust the tempo for you.
Yeah.
But I think the real skills is really to read the room and be able to put out the best vibe possible. That would make your set stand out from another one.
Yeah, I think like there's ways to have advantages on both sides, and what I mean by this is that you can use technology as an advantage to make better transitions, but you can also develop your personal craft so that you make a transition that people would never even think of.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think I would more, I go more on the latter.
Yeah, because there's more wow effect.
Yeah, there's more wow effect. The thing is that because me, when it comes to technology, like I'm one of the rarest DJ. This has been I don't know if it's a running gag, but the thing is, for the people know, I don't use Record Box, right? Because Record Box it's the software that organizes your music.
Mm-hmm.
You can organize your music based on the tempo, the key, the style, and also they have the waveform, so you can tell like where you can mix and this and that. Me, I don't use none of that. And people are always like, how do you do it? But the thing is, I train myself to mix with my ears and rely on my ears, because I rely on my human capacities.
That's really awesome.
Because like, to me, it's not because I want to just, it's a flex, or it's really because like
I think I'm sorry I cut you off, but I have an insight, or I guess like a plausible reason why you're doing that. It's because it keeps you entertained.
Yeah.
Like it keeps you engaged.
Yeah.
Because afterwards, if you don't have that, where you don't have to listen to the tempo and everything, you kind of zone out.
Yeah, and you become jaded. And the thing is, to me, the way I approach my DJing crap is there was never about to make it easy. It was about the challenge of finding a way to make a good blend, but by myself, not because, now there's this technology that could do it for me. Job done. No, my what I like doing the most is actually like,
yeah, you're not treating it as a business.
like F around and find out. That's my path. That's what, when people are asking me like, why, I'm like, oh, you still doing that after all these years? Yeah, but because I kept that in me. I didn't rely on technology to just do it for me. Otherwise, to me, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll use some of the technology in terms of, the digital, whatever. But like when it comes to organize, I am my own organizer. I mean, I love music. I take piano lesson. I know my keys. So even if I don't exactly identify, this is like a C minor, whatever, my ears knows what will go with what. So he doesn't need to have an organizer for me. It's like, I don't play with a computer. I don't want to have too much technology on you, because I feel like there's a disconnection with you and the crowd when there's like a middleman or middle machine that would, let's say I never wanted to play with a laptop, for example, because I felt like when I saw people playing with a laptop, it's, let's say, just for example, like you look at while you bouncing, you can't bounce and feel what you're doing, because you have to, your eyes have to be locked in the screen. So because of that, the
screen is already super bright.
Yeah, so like you can't vibe. There's a part where you're gonna be super extra focused, and that's not interesting to see.
Yeah.
And also just the idea of the laptop, I mean, I might sound nuts. It's because like, to me, it doesn't look artistic. Because let's say what I like about a guitarist or a saxophonist is because that piece is a unique piece that is used for that purpose only. But when I see a laptop with the Apple sign, well, I relate to like a secretary. I relate to like someone who works in the office. So having that as the main thing I would look as a DJ, it's not, to me, it doesn't look artistic to me. I mean, there's some DJ producer that does live set and they need a computer, they'll need a Mac. That is but DJing with a laptop, to me, it doesn't appeal to me. It's not artistic enough. I want to see a gear that is made for that. I don't want to see like a basic element.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I've never heard someone bring it that way, because like, let's say, like I play electric guitar.
Yeah.
And let's say I was going to see a band live.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see like the guitarist playing in front of a laptop.
Yeah, exactly. Or let's say the guitar is replaced by a laptop that recreates guitar sound. Would you be compelled to actually vibe with that person if what you hear from the speakers versus what he's doing by typing, which is an action that your mom doing, your secretary doing, everybody in the office doing? This is not artistic doing that. Yeah. Unless you're playing piano, but typing and with your mouse and scrolling, this is not artistic to me.
Yeah.
So I want to see an artist that actually have a dexterity of doing something that I can't do, or I either have to learn to do, it's to be like him or her. But if you're just doing this sort of like track mouse and pad and just typing, to me, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. It's just, I want to actually
like, this is an interesting point of conversation. I want to like I guess, like bring some tension in this and push back a bit.
Yeah.
Have you dabbled into any AI tools or no?
AI tool? No, not yet. Or either I don't. The AI is really scary. I mean, I hear like music that are nowadays. There's this trend where you have, let's say, a song I saw on YouTube, like a song by 50 Cent, 21 Question.
Oh yeah, but like jazz way.
Jazz like a 50s
it's fucking
Motown
amazing.
sound. It's amazing, but I'm like
many men.
You know, and you're like, what the hell? And it's like, no, this AI is scary because it reproduced a voice so well.
Yeah.
I saw there was a song of a Nas song, but with the Biggie's voice. It was New York State of Mind, an old
New York
and with
State
the
of Mind.
Biggie's voice rapping the same way. But I'm like, how did AI recreate that voice so perfectly?
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning, because at some point the AI in a few months it'll get even more perfect.
Bro, like you won't even tell the difference.
Yeah,
no,
that's why it's scary. So I mean, the use of AI, I don't know. I mean,
like
it could be a tool.
Let me reform my question or be more specific with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying to use AI to replace your creative per se, because I know that's what a lot of like artists are pushing back against, which is totally fair.
Yeah.
You know, it's totally fair. Like let's say you spent 10 hours to make a piece and AI can make it in 2 minutes.
Do that.
Yeah. I'm not for that at all. I'm more for the fact that where I find AI very interesting is with data. So we talked a little bit before, like I kind of segue into the fact that like you have an ear now, or like a subconscious that knows, like when you're in a specific scene, you're DJing, you can look at people, how they're dressed and how they're moving.
Yeah.
And with certain sounds and all that stuff, like, you know how they'll kind of react in advance. I think that's where AI is interesting to me, because I'll tell you why. Like, let's say you have a playlist that you've curated.
Yeah.
You could potentially just feed that data to AI and say, like, hey, what are the songs that I'm not aware of that follow the same pattern?
Yeah, but I think, if I could answer to this, I think that what AI doesn't have is life experience.
I agree.
Because data is one thing you collect, but life experience is things that you've lived and you feel with that crowd. Because let's say you're saying, like, let's say I can guess with how they dress and whatever. But the thing is that it's because I have, by repetition of feeling their reaction, that it's in the moment. That's why I was able to like figure it out. But AI, it collects data, but I don't think the magic of the moment, I don't think AI will ever have that, because sometimes
I agree.
Reason why I say that is because I've witnessed great DJs, like the greats of the greats, like the Louis Vegas, the Carl Cox, the David Morales, the Frankie Knuckles. They had this thing in them that, like, they know their crowd so well without even knowing that they know that at that moment, that song the story was about to be told at that precise moment. And you can never reproduce that the next week or at another party, even if you try as hard. But AI, it doesn't have that sort of, that soul.
It doesn't have that context.
It doesn't have that effect of that, the wow effect of the surprise, because I've seen DJs, those greats that were able to create moments just because they surprise people with something that, and these people will remember these moments way more than the perfect blend of two songs that are matching tempos and matching groups. Sometimes a lot of these moments were created because that DJ had a flash and just want to play something. And I don't think AI will know that.
No, you're right to say that. I think what I was alluding to was more the fact of like because we only have 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you can use AI as a tool to
be more efficient,
to be more efficient, and to spot these tracks that would have never came across your radar because of the like at the end of the day, like wavelengths and sound is just data.
Yeah.
So if it can spot a pattern with what resonates with you as a DJ, it can. I mean, in the same way that you get recommended stuff on SoundCloud or whatever,
for sure.
like all of that is kind of like AI in a sense.
Sure, but I think once again, if I could either push back again, sorry, but
no worries.
I think that,
I love that.
I think the beauty of my craft is to discover something by myself.
Yeah.
And as much as AI would be a tool to give me something I wasn't aware of, but the thing is, I won't have that satisfaction that I discovered that track because it was something that was suggested, but it's in disregard to what I felt when I heard it. You know, because there's an element about finding a song, you like it because it made you feel something at the first listen, and it's not somebody else that made you listen to it. It's really the experience of you acquire something and you decided, like, and it's your feel because I always tell also an advice for DJs to play like you own that music. You have to play in a way where like you made that song almost.
Yeah.
Because you have to make them feel
like make it yours.
Yeah, make it yours. So if it's suggested by AI, if those songs might be great, these might be great suggestions. But there's gonna be an element of when you're gonna play it, it won't feel like it's coming from you. And this is what I'm saying that because the greatest DJs, they play like they own the damn songs. And that's what makes them great because like they know the details so much sonically. They're really acute to like how it sounds, and they control how they want it to sound. They play with frequencies because they played it so many times. It's like their own song at the same time. But I don't think AI. There's something about like discovering your songs. You know, there's just something about it.
But do you do you discover your songs just by looking for them? Or do they get suggested to you?
I mean, let's say to be fair, algorithm is a form of AI.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I know, sure, of course, it came to my mind for sure. But I don't know if I would be compelled to, based on like the data and like I feel like that part is something I want to do. I still wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you have final say. But you have final say. Like you're the one that's curating. You're the one that's filtering everything.
Yeah.
But to me, like where I find AI interesting is as a tool to bring you to bring to your awareness that these songs do exist.
Yeah, they do exist.
And they might really be in the genre that sonically would be interesting to you. So
yeah, it could be. But I don't know. There's just something about like no. But I mean, it's because the thing is that also there's a thing when you're really passionate about your DJing. Is that sometimes you could wait years before playing a track that you love that you collected.
Okay.
And the thing is that you're only gonna play in that moment because you felt it was the right time to play it. There's some music that I've downloaded in 2024 that I haven't played yet, but I know that there'll be a moment that it will actually be a fit. And I know, and only me will decide what's going to be the right moment because I will feel it in that moment. And I think the AI part, I don't think the AI, you know, like there's something, to me, it's not so much of a big deal that there's some song that I'm not aware of in the moment. Because if those songs are great and they're meant to be played, there's no timeline to play it.
No, there isn't, but at least it's going to be brought up to your attention.
No, sure, but if it doesn't, it's okay because I have so much other music anyways. Because it's an unlimited thing. Because now AI is going to be able to produce their own music, so it's going to be a infinite. You're going to have the illusion of options, just like the dating market now.
Yeah,
it created this whole thing where like people they think they have so many options, but you end up like, you're so like information overload that now like. You don't even know what to choose. So at some point, I think...
And the whole purpose of the app is to keep you on the app.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for me, I'm not scared of human limitation. It doesn't scare me because also the trade-off is the magic is there. So sometimes it's not about having 1,000 more songs because AI like suggested to me. If I have great 500 songs that I picked and I know when to play them, and then eventually discover maybe 150 of those 1,000 songs that AI suggests me. even if I know maybe a third or a quarter of what he suggested me, but I end up finding out maybe it's 6 months later. If those songs are made to be played because they have a significant, it fits your storytelling, so be it. It's okay if I don't have actually these 1,000 songs.
Fair enough.
That's why,
It's
to
true,
me, because I don't want to. I feel like I respect the human limitation and work around it. I think I take a great pride into like doing it on my own. Just like when I don't use that software, I say that organize. I take a pride into organizing my thing, and also my brain is. I get more creative because I'm not lazy. I think technology also can make you a bit lazy. You lean too much on that, and then you don't. Your creative muscle is not.
It's a good point that you bring up, but like that's with every tool.
Yeah.
Right. Like the car can make you lazy too.
No, for sure. But if I allow myself to say, but I think if I'm still around after all these years as a DJ and being in the forefront in my scene and still be relevant, I think it's because also I also force and take pride in myself to actually do that work and not rely on these things.
100%.
Because I can,
100%.
because I can, to be fair, I can hear when somebody, you can feel it when somebody used the sync button.
Yeah.
You can hear it as much as, because the essence of DJing, it was never about the perfect mix. It's about
well, it's a
song,
live performance.
Yeah, but it's song selection.
Yeah,
the song selection would have much more to say than how perfect your mix was. Because when,
but bro, like tying it back to live music.
Yeah,
because for me, like I listen to a lot of like rock music and all that stuff. Like the best versions of songs usually that I like from certain bands are live versions.
Yeah.
Where they made mistakes.
Yeah. But it's the human, because your brain relate to that.
Yeah.
If it's too perfect, you feel it. Trust me, I've seen DJs, they play for 45 minutes straight, the same tempo. And it's not interesting. Even if the song could be great, but the fact you keep it on the same tempo, because once again, technology made you lazy because you don't beat sync. You're going to mix all your song at that specific 120.6 BPM. You're going to lock in for 45 minutes. And then the dance floor is getting tired because
your elevator music.
No, and even if those songs were meant to be bangers, but just because you play at the same tempo, there's no feel, there's no dynamic, there's no subtlety. So
but that's where I'm sorry I cut you off, but I wanted to bring up this point. I feel like that's where you as a DJ, as a person, you bring that extra energy or extra element into the scene. The transition might not be technically perfect, but because it's in sync with your energy, like people feel it and they're like, bro, that was perfect.
Yeah, but that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the human magic.
Yeah,
that AI or any technology will not reproduce, because like human, we're connected to anything that's human.
To emotion.
Yeah.
So the emotion that you felt on the moment when you were playing, let's say you were doing a set and at 11:59 you decided to play that song and you were hyped in your mind to play that song and you were like bouncing around and all that stuff and you have your hand up and like everyone's looking and then you make that transition.
Yeah.
Technically, data-wise, on paper might not be perfect, but for that context, it was the best thing that ever happened.
But emotion, nothing will ever beat emotions. AI don't have emotions. You can have all the data, they don't have the emotion. That's why it's not like I want to sound old school. Whatever. It's just because by experience, I've seen the DJ that use the most technology. They're not. I don't enjoy myself listening to them.
Yeah.
There's a difference of feel. It's not. You can tell they're not playing live. I mean, at some point, like everybody can do that.
You brought up a point earlier that I find is interesting, and I just want to touch upon this point right before we get into like the last segment of the podcast, the rapid fire questions. You brought up that like sometimes, let's say like a Louis Vega or someone in that caliber, Morales, whenever they decide to make a certain transition or they choose a certain song, like people go crazy because they chose that specific song and they made that transition. For me, what's interesting is like, as a DJ, you have a brand, and I'm tying it back to marketing because you as a brand, you basically have the reins to direct the crowd wherever you want them to go. And the best analogy I can give to this is someone like Quentin Tarantino, the filmmaker. Like, technically speaking, his movies, if you never heard about Quentin Tarantino, you would not sit through the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, probably not. Probably
exactly.
Not, probably not. No, of course.
Because it's not high stimulus and all that stuff, but because of the brand that he built for himself, you're like, I now allow myself to open my mind to consume his art.
Yeah.
And I feel it's the same way for DJs.
Yeah, because he's authentic. And when you're authentic and you actually feel you can't fake truth if you you exude. It's like
but there's a lot of people that are authentic that are just not well known yet.
No, of course, but it's, I guess,
and people would just won't listen to you.
No,
That's my
I
point.
think they will have. I think their homework will be to have to find a way to be heard.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, like I said, you can't just be a DJ. Now you have to also find a way to market.
A marketer, yourself. A promoter, an entrepreneur,
or at least have a storyline that is yours, and to make it relatable to most people possible. If your storyline can be relatable to maybe 200 people, if there's only those 200 people and you make them super loyal, you win. I mean, you don't have to have necessarily like a million followers.
Yeah.
And being all diluted.
For sure not.
If you have like 200 dedicated fan or followers that actually relate to your storyline, and you actually perfected your craft and they relate to it, I mean, you're a winner.
But you know, like, because I mentioned Quentin Tarantino, but it's the same with Kanye West.
Yeah.
Right. Like Kanye for the past like albums that he's put out.
Yeah.
He went into that sphere of like, hey, I'm just experimenting.
Yeah, but that's a true artist. Because I know people like they destroyed Yeezus album.
Yeah.
But I thought
that was amazing.
Interesting. Yeah, because from the first few songs, I mean, I saw the influence that you had with Daft Punk, and it was very raw. But that's, you know what? He woke up one day, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. And regardless of radio charts, mainstream billboards, or how it's going to be received, he just did himself.
But that's what's funny with his albums is that initially there's a lot of critiques, and then afterwards people listen to it again and again, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
Because it was authentic. It was not following rules, that was cookie cutter in order to, because at one point he thought maybe that was too easy.
Yeah.
But he just made it a pride to making something really off, and just make the best out of his capacities, and that's it. And people remember.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, to me, I approach the same thing with DJ. It comes back with like, I take pride into like making something I could call my own. Hey, so what if my mix are not always 100%, but the feel is there.
Yeah,
and nobody can take that away from me. Nobody.
Yeah,
and I think this is why I'm still here, because I think that
props to that.
I know,
bro, but that's the reason why.
I think that for every 10 DJs that would use sync button and having the perfect mix, I'll be that guy who tell a better story.
Yeah.
Because I feel everything I play, and I'm a music lover, and you will feel my passion for music when I play.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. And that's it. Once again, AI cannot calculate how passionate he is about music. So he will suggest a whole bunch of songs that make sense, all this because it's algorithm. But the story won't be authentic because he won't know where to place it, or he won't know how to change his mind or her based on what he saw on the dance floor to maybe switch it and maybe go where they didn't expect.
No, but I didn't even go that far with that. Yeah. Like to me, that was more like I was
a tool. I would say like more about.
I was suggesting it as a tool to.
Yeah.
A collection of songs. A collection of songs, but at the end of the day, you're the curator.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, honestly, if I'm doing my job properly, I think I will discover enough song for the next 2 months anyway. So if I need another AI to suggest me 1,000, I will never be able to get to find the end of it.
All right. So for some rapid fire closing questions,
yes.
I have a list here that I want to go through 5 questions. First question. Last song that you discovered that stopped you in your tracks.
That stopped me what?
In your tracks. Last song that you discovered that you're just like, wow.
Oh, the whole New Fred Again album.
Yeah? Oh yeah, it's fucking amazing.
He killed me. Like, this guy is a beast. The whole album, I was like, This guy, he's from another planet. Honestly, like Fred again, wow.
One artist, dead or alive, you'd want to do a back-to-back set with?
Louis Vega. He's my greatest inspiration. I think he's because they name him like the Miles Davis of house music.
Mm-hmm.
He produced everything. He collaborated with the greats. He incorporated so many styles to his house sound: jazz, Latin, African, Irish music. Name them, like Asian. His soul is like so.
His definition of versatile.
Yeah. And he do it with great precision and another music lover. Basically.
Like, and that's what I find is hard, is to be able to switch between genres like that, where people still feel like it's you.
Yeah. Well, it's your essence. I think that he's a hybrid, and being a hybrid is an identity in itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are maybe not used to have, or very like, you need to follow, put them in a box. But I think it's something that's not so understandable, but I understand because me coming from different background, music, it's something that's it's second nature to me to switch, because I know I kind of make it make sense in my universe, so.
Just a note on that, in terms of marketing and branding, tying it back to what you were saying, is like, I feel it's important as a human being to show all the facets of yourself. Like a lot of times you say I'm paraphrasing your words, but you box yourself in as like one domain, one niche of what you talk about or what you create, like I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people just want to see like the whole spectrum of you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What you're interested in,
It makes you more interesting as a person.
Yeah.
Because we're all complex humans.
Best venue you've ever played anywhere in the world?
Oh, Stereo.
Yeah, let's go Montreal.
Well, I mean, it's not even a question that I chant for my seat. It's really because it is actually the best,
amazing
sound system. I mean, I played in New York, to a couple places.
Shout out Stereo.
No, Stereo. I mean, there's something about it. The room, the sound, Stereo. I think it's the best venue I played.
Awesome. What's something you're working on right now that you're excited about but haven't told many people yet?
Well, yeah, the production part. Like right now, I have a thing. It's called Boogie IDs, because right now there's this thing about track IDs,
Yeah.
And I just name it Boogie IDs. And
ID is for in development, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, more ideas like an idée,
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of make a wordplay with it. It's more because I want to just getting people into my universe of the songs that I like, and I reimagine them in house and remixes. It could be a song that could go from different artists. It could be somebody like, if I feel like remixing a Travis Scott song because it speaks to me, I'll remix it. If I want to remix a song by Billie Eilish, well, it's just, if it speaks to me, I'm going to try to really just reimagine it in a way where, as long as the emotion is there, I keep the essence, and this is something I'm working on.
But question about that, like, is there a company yet that has been founded and is like mainstream where you can find, remixes of popular songs on?
Oh, I mean, if you go on SoundCloud, I mean, that's the
but I mean,
remixes,
of course, but and YouTube as well. But
exactly,
I'm saying more specifically just for that,
I think there's a we call it like a record pool, like a music pool. Let's say a DJ city, where you have people. It's more some of them are based in UK, some of them are from the US, and they have like this sort of company. It's a company where you can download or buy tracks, or you pay an amount per month and you have access to like remixes of songs that are actually popular. It's sometimes the minute a song comes out, quickly there's a remix that maybe even a week after it's coming out, by these in-house the company DJs that do it happened.
That's awesome. But if people want to check out what you're doing with, like, in terms of production and remixes and everything, where should they?
It's not out yet. It's right now, because I'm not gonna put them out very like now. I'm gonna like my goal is to release new music, let's say every month. I'm just want to have a stack of stuff already done, and then I have a strategy to like put them out. So right now there's no
But in
outlet where
terms
I can
of
put it out. You know, right now if you want to hear it, you gotta come and see me. You know,
but
right
where,
now.
where can people follow you?
Well, I have my Instagram page, Pat Boogie 514, where I post everywhere I play. I post recaps of my gigs. I play at Still Life on Tuesdays. I play at Marcus from Four Season Hotel on Thursdays. I play at Subwa on Saturdays, and I have different events coming in next in the Fridays or Sundays and Wednesdays as well. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, Pat, before I ask the final question, I just wanted to take a moment to like acknowledge you because you're someone that highly inspires me. You've been in the scene for a long time, and it's just like, you know, your energy is contagious. I think like from the moment we met, like we hit it off. Like you're a cool person. Really. Always loved your sets. You bring a lot of energy and passion into what you do. Keep doing it, man. Like and I can't wait for all these productions that
I can't wait too. I'm super excited about it, and honestly, thanks for your support. Honestly, I got to we hit it up, and you're a very cool guy, and I was really excited to have that conversation with you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, man. So for the final question, it's a deeper one.
Okay,
that wasn't on paper or anything.
Okay.
But whatever comes to your mind, if you could have one billboard in the city, in Montreal, let's say Montreal because it's our city, what would it say? It can only be one sentence or a couple of words, but like something that represents you and the message that you want to bring out to people. What would it say?
I would say there would definitely be, I would say, music lover, passion, and creating a vibe, bringing people together by creating a vibe.
I love that.
Yep, that's pretty much my. If I would have to describe what is my essence, is music lover, putting all my passion to it, and creating the best vibe everywhere I go. My music.
Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.